Surprised by the news of a live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon? This enchanting journey back to Berk promises new adventures and a fresh perspective on our beloved Viking and dragon duo. But what can we expect from this new take, and how will it compare to the animated classics? Let's find out. So, there's a live-action remake of How to Train Your Dragon on the horizon. This isn't just any remake, it's a dive back into the enchanting world of Berk, but this time, things are going to look a bit more real. The animated saga that stole our hearts with 3 movies, shows and shorts is stepping into the realm of live action. Curious about when you'll get to see it? Initially, the release was set for March 14th, 2024, but guess what? There's been a hiccup. Pun intended. Due to some industry strikes, the release has been pushed back to June 13th, 2025. Yep, we might have to wait a bit longer than expected. Now, who is stepping into the Viking boots for this new journey? Mason Thames, known from The Black Phone, will be our new Hiccup, and Nico Parker from The Last of Us is set to play Astrid. And here's a fun twist. Gerard Butler is coming back, but not just in voice this time, he'll be stoic in the flesh. More casting news is on the way, but for now, these are our leading Vikings. Filming was all set to start in Los Angeles on June 30th, 2023, but as fate would have it, some big strikes have put a pause on those plans. The duels between the Writers Guild of America and the Screen Actors Guild American Federation of Television and Radio Artists have caused a significant delay. And with the strikes still going on, who knows, there might be more delays. Who's the genius bringing the live-action How to Train Your Dragon to our screens? That would be Dean DeBlois, the mastermind behind the original animated magic. He's not just overseeing things, he's in the driver's seat for producing, writing, and directing. Talk about wearing many helmets, right? If you love the animated films, then you're in for a treat because DeBlois is steering this ship, promising a ride that stays true to the beloved story, but with some fresh spins to keep us on our toes. Think of Neil Druckmann's leap from The Last of Us video game to the HBO series. Now add Universal Pictures into the mix, the powerhouse behind DreamWorks Animation, and you know this is no small-time production. Hungry for a trailer? Hold your dragons! Since the cameras haven't even started rolling due to those pesky strikes, we're a bit far from any teaser footage. So, for now, why not take a trip down memory lane with the animated classics? It's the perfect way to tide over your dragon cravings until the real deal comes flying in. Now let's talk about the story. How to Train Your Dragon isn't just any fantasy. It's a heartwarming journey set in the rugged village of Berk, teeming with legendary Vikings and fearsome dragons. Enter Hiccup, voiced by Jay Baruchel, the chief's son who's up against a rite of passage to slay a dragon and prove his worth. But here's the twist. Hiccup's heart isn't in the killing game, especially after he befriends Toothless, a dragon unlike any other. This isn't your typical tale of heroics, it's a story of friendship, growth, and the changing world, one dragon at a time. The animated series wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon, raking in over $1.6 billion and scoring Academy Award nominations. With fantasy series like Rings of Power and House of the Dragon captivating audiences, it's no wonder Universal wants a piece of the action. And what better way than revisiting Berk, starting with that pivotal moment Hiccup meets Toothless. If this live-action take flies high, we might just get to relive the entire trilogy in a brand new light. Alright, let's take a stroll through the expanding universe of How to Train Your Dragon. First off, we have the movie trilogy that everyone knows and loves. From 2010 to 2019, we watched Hiccup transform from a shy kid into a courageous leader. The trilogy comprises How to Train Your Dragon, How to Train Your Dragon 2, and How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. These aren't just any movies. They're hailed as one of the best animated series out there. Now, let's recall what happened in these. In the world of Berk, dragons are more than a menace. They're a way of life. The villagers, especially young Hiccup, face them daily. But Hiccup isn't your typical Viking. He's more into inventing things than fighting. So when he downed a Night Fury, the rarest of them all, with a bowler, did he finish it off? Nope. Instead, he named it Toothless, and believe it or not, they became best buds. Crazy, right? But here's where things get even wilder. Using his knack for gadgets, Hiccup crafts a prosthetic fin for Toothless, enabling the dragon to fly again. And as they soar the skies, they uncover a truth that could change everything. Dragons aren't the villains Berk has made them out to be. Meanwhile, Stoic, Hiccup's dad, is all about tradition. He signs Hiccup up for dragon fighting classes, thinking it'll make a man out of him. But Hiccup, with toothless insights, turns the class on its head, taming dragons instead of battling them. Talk about a plot twist. But here's the kicker. During Hiccup's final exam, chaos ensues, revealing Toothless to the village. Stoic, feeling betrayed, disowns Hiccup, but the young Viking has a plan. He convinces his classmates to mount a rescue for Toothless, who's now leading them to the dragon's nest, home to the monstrous Red Death. In an epic showdown, Hiccup and Toothless team up, proving that understanding can overpower fear. But victory comes at a price. Hiccup loses a leg, yet gains something greater. Respect and a new era for Berk where dragons are friends, not foes. Fast forward 5 years and Berk is a changed island. Dragons and Vikings live in harmony thanks to Hiccup and Toothless. But peace is fragile, isn't it? Enter Drago Bloodfist, a warlord with a vendetta against dragons, aiming to enslave them. Hiccup wants to reason with him, classic Hiccup, but his dad knows better. Drago's bad news. But Hiccup's not one to sit back. He sets off to find Drago and stumbles upon something, or rather someone, astonishing. His mother, Valka, alive and a dragon protector. Things escalate when Drago attacks, revealing his own bewilderbeast, aiming to become the ultimate dragon master. It's dragon versus dragon, Viking versus Viking. And in the midst of it all, Stoic sacrifices himself for Hiccup, a moment that changes everything. But from despair comes resolve. Hiccup, stepping into his father's shoes, rallies Berk and the dragons to defeat Drago, proving that true leadership isn't about power, but about bringing others together. Now, let's talk about the hidden world. Berk is overcrowded with dragons, pushing Hiccup to seek a mythical dragon utopia. But trouble follows in the form of Grimmel, a hunter with his sights set on Toothless. The discovery of a Light Fury, a potential mate for Toothless, complicates matters, leading to a confrontation that forces Hiccup to make a monumental decision. In the end, Hiccup realizes that for dragons to be truly safe, they must live apart from humans. It's a bittersweet farewell as Toothless leads his kin to the hidden world, and Hiccup starts his life anew with Astrid. But the bond between Viking and dragon endures, teaching us that true friendships can change the world, even if they're worlds apart. But wait, there's more! The Dragons universe didn't stop growing with the movies. Enter the DreamWorks Dragons animated series, the treasure trove of adventures that digs deeper into the world of Berk and its dragon-friendly inhabitants. These series bridge the gap between the first and second films, shining a spotlight on Hiccup and his friends' daily lives and challenges. We've got Riders of Berk, Defenders of Berk, and Race to the Edge, 3 series that delve into the nitty-gritty of dragon lore and the intricate web of relationships in Berk. If you thought the movies gave you a full picture, these shows add layers upon layers to the story, making the universe even richer. Now, fast forward 1,300 years from the hidden world and we land in Dragons, the 9 Realms. Here's where things get really interesting. Dragons are now the stuff of legend. a distant memory of a bygone era. But a new crew of kids stumbles upon the secret world of dragons, uncovering truths that were lost to time. This series presents a fresh batch of characters and takes on the lore, aimed at a younger crowd but offering a fresh perspective to any fan of the franchise. After diving into everything we know about the live-action How to Train Your Dragon, it's clear that this venture into Berk's rugged landscape is packed with potential. From the casting to the storyline and the challenges of production, there's much to anticipate. But what are your thoughts on this adaptation? Are you excited to see Hiccup and Toothless in a new light? Or are you a purist for the animated series? Comment below with your views and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates.